Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today is the 28th lecture of organic waste industries, and the topic of today's lecture is regeneration of spent liquid. You can also consider this part as recovery part. That is, we are going to learn that how the pulping liquids, they can be regenerated. Okay, here are the brief contents of the lecture. Basically, this lecture titled as regeneration of spent liquids. It covers the what are these pulping liquids, as well as we shall see that how this regeneration, you can also use the word recovery process. So this recovery process has an overview. We shall have a look on it, and then we shall move to the recovery of different chemicals involved. That is, we have these different kinds of pulping liquids in there, and then we shall see that how recovery of heat can be done, and also there are some operational problems encountered during this recovery process. So we shall see them one by one. Starting from the introduction part, that is, what are pulping liquids. When we are talking about pulping liquids, then we say that basically these are the chemicals that are used in the pulp and paper making process, are called pulping liquids. So it means that all that liquids that are involved during this pulp making. And what are these pulps? Basically, pulps are basically, these are the raw materials of paper. So all those animals that are involved in the production of this pulp are paper. So we call all these liquids as chemicals as pulping liquids, and they can be of different types. But when we are talking about the pulping process itself, then we have seen before too that pulping process can be of different types. Like it could be kraft pulping or sulfide pulping, or it could be sulfate pulping, or it could be other type of semi-chemical pulping or mechanical pulping. So these different kinds of pulpings are possible, but most of the cases, like we say that 90 to 95% processes that are taking place in the world that are basically that involve kraft pulping process. So we shall focus on the recovery process based on this kraft pulping here. So when we are talking about pulping liquids, so focusing on kraft pulping, we say the most active chemicals in pulping, especially in kraft pulping, they are sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide. So these two chemicals are very important pulping liquids. And then we say that after having a general description or generalization, what we can do that we have to divide these pulping liquids into different categories. Like you are familiar with the words like white liquor, black liquor, green liquor. Even we have used the brown liquor. We have seen these words in the previous lectures where we have gone through the kraft pulping processes too. So in this case, we say that if we are talking about let's say that we are talking about kraft pulping, then we say that kraft pulping is basically almost 130 million tons per year of kraft pulp. They are produced globally, accounting for 2/3 of the world's virgin pulp production and for over 90% of chemical pulp. It means that 90% is a big number. So it means that the high strength of kraft pulp, the ability to process to handle almost all species of soft wood and hardwood, and favorable economics due to high chemical recovery efficiency, they give kraft process an advantage over other pulping processes. So when we are talking about kraft pulping importance, so we have to see these pulps like white liquor, black liquor or green liquor with respect to kraft pulping too. And just as we have discussed that there are three main types of these pulping liquids: white, green and black liquor. So we shall start with the white liquor thing. That is, what is white liquor? White liquor is basically the very starting liquid that we have used for the pulping process, and it contains normally very strong alkaline solution, mainly of sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide. It is used in the first stage of kraft process, in which lignin and hemicellulose are separated from cellulose fiber. If you remember, then when we discussed the kraft pulping process, in there we also mentioned that we have white liquor, and then this white liquor can be the newly generated white liquor or the fresh chemicals, or it can be regenerated or recovered from the already going on process. So in this case, what is the main purpose of this white liquid? That is basically mixture of sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide. It does like delignification. It helps in the delignification process of this hemicellulose or cellulose type, lignocellulose type of material. So when we have discussed the white liquid, then next comes the green liquid. Green liquid is basically is the dissolved smelt of sodium carbonate, sodium sulfide, and other compounds from the recovery boiler. The green liquid is usually reacted with lime to regenerate white liquid. And now I would again go back to the same process. Like if you remember, then in the first process of, like in the craft process, the very first step, we have treated the raw wood, be it hardwood or softwood, with the white liquid thing, and then after white liquid thing we get the pulp, and we separate pulp the other materials, and that is the leftovers remain, and this leftover is then transferred to the recovery boilers, and then after recovery boilers we get a particular kind of liquid, or you can say mixture of chemicals, and that mixture of chemicals is called green liquid, and that green liquid is then transferred to the you can say lime kiln, and after lime kiln, and then it is again recovered to be it is generate, like white liquid is regenerated there. And then we have this black liquid, and then this black liquid is actually the chemical, this is the waste liquid from the craft pulping process, and it contains most of the original inorganic component, mostly in different form in high concentration of dissolved organics. And then talking about the process itself, we treat the wood, you can say the softwood or hardwood, with the white liquid, and then we get this pulp material, and the other waste material, you can say the other liquid or mixture of chemicals obtained after separating the pulp. We call that mixture of chemicals as waste liquid as spent liquid, or you can say also say that this one is black liquid, and it has a mixture of mostly it has organic, and it is a mixture of basically organic and inorganic compounds, and these compounds, basically most of the compounds are organic in nature, because basically if you remember that wood itself is a large polymer, and it is organic in nature. So we do expect that the compounds that we obtained after the waste, they should contain lots of organic compounds, whereas the other small inorganic compounds, they can come as a waste of these wood materials, are also, we can say that it can be from the, you can say, white part generated by using white liquid or other chemicals, fresh chemicals used to convert wood into the pulp. Now we say that what is the basic purpose of this black liquid, but we say that this black liquid is actually a waste here. So the waste material is not as such wasted or discarded as such, so it is regenerated or recycled again, and then it is made into different uses, like it is subjected to different uses, and the uses include energy for the pulp mill, and also extraction of lignin, and the third use, it can be used as a bio. So this is basically an overview of you can say a pulping mill, that how it involves different kinds of liquid, but we have named it as pulping liquid cycle. Why? Because here we are not focusing on the which processes or which parts or which functional units are involved in the processes, rather we are focusing only on the liquid parts. And then we say that white liquid is basically it is the origin, and it can be fresh or it can be regenerated or recycled through the process. And then this white liquid, it is it goes into digester with the wood material, and then after digester whatever we get is the black liquor or the waste liquor, and then this black liquor is transferred to recovery furnace, and then recovery furnace or boilers, they carry out different processes, and after that what we get is the green liquor, and green liquor is then transferred to lime kiln, where this green liquor is then treated with calcium oxide, and then we get we can say it is basically causticizing type of unit, and then we get white liquid again that can be recycled and reused in this process. Then here we have the recovery process. Now we are going to talk the recovery process of pulping liquors in detail. Like we start with the pulping process, that in pulping process wood chips, they are processed with white liquors in the first step. The second step, it involves about half of the wood is dissolved and together with the spent. Like it means that we know that, and we have already discussed this thing already, that when we treat wood with the white liquor, then almost half of the wood is dissolved and half of the wood is sort of wasted, or you can say that it is not converted into the pulp material. And then when we say next, that what happens next, then the pulping chemicals form a liquid stream called weak black liquor, because this one is a waste liquor. This weak black liquor is separated from the pulp by washing and is sent to craft recovery process. Here this is the point where we have treated wood chips with the white liquor, and then white liquor, and after that we separate pulp from the rest of the weak black liquor, and then we say that weak black liquor is then washed, and then we send this pulp, or you can say that weak black liquor, to the craft recovery system. And then what we say, that in craft recovery system, basically inorganic pulping materials are recovered for reuse. Why? Because in this case the main use we can the main thing that we can use is the inorganic part that can be recycled here. Like we can regenerate sodium hydroxide or sodium sulfide in this case for processing of this wood chips again and again, and then they are basically part of inorganic pulping liquid. And the dissolved organics are used as a fuel to make steam and power. As we have discussed already, that the black liquor, it has its use as a biofuel too, so we can use this as a biofuel, and also it can be used as a source of heat, because it can be used for the burning or combustion purposes, and it can generate us some heat to carry out this whole process, because heat is always needed, be it in the pulping process, like the starting process pulping, or you can say recovery process. So we can make use of this black liquor at many places. Okay, so here we have a recovery boiler image here. As you can see, that basically this part is one of the functional unit in the craft mill, you can say paper mill overall. And then this recovery boiler is mainly responsible for the recovery process of pulping liquors, because when we recover this black liquor from after the pulping process, then after certain modification, this black liquor is sent to the you can say this spent liquor is sent to this recovery boiler, and where certain processes goes on, and these processes are mainly there are three main processes that are going on in recovery boiler. One of them is evaporation, the second one is burning, and the third one is named as causticizing unit. So as we have discussed in the recovery process of pulping liquors, you can say that the regeneration of pulping liquors, one of the main process involved is evaporation. So this evaporation comes when we in the craft process we say that weak black liquor is separated from the pulp by washing and is sent to craft recovery system, where inorganic pulping chemicals are recovered for reuse, while dissolved organics are used as a fuel to make steam and power. So this evaporation step, it is involved after the washing process, and then we carry out this evaporation on that spent liquid. So for every ton of pulp produced, the craft pulping process, it produces about 10 tons, like you can say that every ton of pulp, we say that of almost 10 tons of weak black liquid or about 1.5 tons of black liquid dry solids need to be processed through chemical recovery process. It means the ratio is quite large. It's just almost like 10 to 1 ratio. So it means that recovery process is really very important, and it needs to be studied in detail. And then this here we are, that's why we are focusing on the recovery process as well as different you can say that problems involved in this process. So we say at this stage solid contents is about 12 to 18%, and then before burning, water must be evaporated to raise the solid contents to 65 to 70%. It means that this evaporation is mainly carried out so that we can remove excess water, changing the percentage from 12 to 18% solid contents to 65 to 70% solid contents. It means that most of the water is evaporated at this stage. As you can see here too, that we have in the figure fiber, lignin and wood. This is the basic raw material for pulp making, and then when it is treated with white liquor, we get this fiber and black liquor. Fiber is basically this, which is what we use as a pulp, and then black liquor is what that is used that is further processed in the recovery boilers. So the figure mentioned here, it shows a simple flow sheet of craft chemical recovery process. The process, it has main three functions. One of them is minimizing the environmental impact of waste material, that is the black liquid here from the pulping process. The second one is the recycling pulping chemicals such as sodium hydroxide or sodium sulfide, and the third thing is co-generating steam and power. So it means that in this system, like if you have a look on this cycle, pulping liquid cycle, then we can start the cycle from this point where we input wood in the digester using this white liquor. It could be fresh or it could be recycled one, and then we do washing, and then pulp is separated, and then this black liquor is obtained. And then this black liquor is basically it is we have to recycle this one, or you can say that we have to clean it for the next purposes, or you can say that we have to make up it in such a way that it can help to minimize the environmental waste material, as well as it can help to get the white liquor again. And the third purpose of this one is that this black liquor is basically what we can use as a biofuel too. So what does evaporators do? They convert, or you can say evaporate water. They take out almost lots of water, like changing the solid content from 12 to 18% to almost 65 to 70%, and then this heavy black liquor is then moved to this recovery boiler, and then in this case this mixture of chemicals, we call this one as green liquor, and then this green liquor is basically sent to casticizing plant. We shall study about this casticizing unit in the next slides. And the other one is that this one is basically lime kiln here, and then lime kiln, it treats this green liquor with calcium oxide, and then it helps to regenerate this white liquor needed for the. So this is the second part of the recovery process of pulping liquid. One of them we have studied, that was evaporation, and the second one is burning. So the heavy black liquid contents, they are burnt. That what we do is that the recovery boiler is used in this case. Recovery boiler is basically one of the largest and most expensive pieces of hardware in the mill. It is the heart of the chemical recovery process. This is very much, you can say that in accordance with the process going on. Just as we have said that almost half of the wood chips, like material, you can say weight or contents we have used for making pulp, they are left over as waste. So this waste material is more than enough. So this one is very important to recover the chemical process, recovery process is very important. So what we do that in this process, that is the burning process, the heavy black liquid is sprayed into the furnace for combustion of organic solids, and the heat liberated from burning serves to produce steam in water circuits and reduces sulfur compounds to sulfide. So it means that on one side we are using like we are doing combustion of organic solid, and this combustion of organic solid, it also liberates heat, and this heat is in turn, it is also helpful in producing steam in water circuits. As you know that we have been using steam circuits and also evaporators in this case, and also it helps to reduce sulfur compounds to sulfide. And the other thing, the molten sodium compounds accumulate to form a smelt bed on the furnace floor, consisting of sodium carbonate and sodium sulfide. So these two chemicals, they form as a, you can say that, solid on the surface, on the furnace floor. So this molten smelt is thrown by the gravity to the dissolving tent, and this sodium carbonate and sodium sulfide solution is basically called green liquor. We have said sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide as white liquid, and sodium carbonate and sodium sulfide as green liquid, and this green liquid is basically formed by the burning process. And how does it form? Because the molten sodium compounds, they accumulate together on the surface, on the base of this furnace, and they flow by gravity to the dissolving tank. The third part is known as, like, is the recovery process. The third important step, reaction that occurs in this case, is causticizing basically. So causticizing, as the name suggests, it has something to do with sodium hydroxide. You can say that calcium oxide, and in this case what we do is that the green liquid that was collected from the recovery unit, you can say the boilers basically. So green liquid is sent to causticizing area for transformation to white liquid for cooking. In this case, the process begins with the clarification of the green liquid to remove impurities called dregs. So as we have said in these two lines, that green liquid is first sent to causticizing area where they are treated with certain chemicals, but before their treatment with certain chemicals, they are basically, you can say that, filtered or clarified, and the impurities that are removed, they are known as dregs. And then we say that this clarified green liquid is then mixed with lime in the slacker to form white liquid. So there is the part known as slacker. In that case, that place, green liquid is mixed with the lime, that is calcium oxide, and then this calcium oxide basically converts sodium carbonate. As you know that we had sodium carbonate as well as sodium sulfide in the green liquid. This sodium carbonate, it reacts with calcium oxide to form sodium hydroxide for white liquid, because we already had sodium sulfide in the green liquid. The thing lacking was sodium hydroxide, that was you can say that disguised in the form of sodium carbonate. So we had to regenerate it by reacting with calcium oxide, and then we get this white liquid again. So we say that this reaction is basically, it is carried out by a series of tanks. We call these tanks as causticizer, where this causticizing process is going on. Next come the recovery or regeneration of heat by the combustion of this black liquid thing. And then when we talk about the organic compounds in black liquid, they basically serve as a fuel for the production of steam, which is used to generate electricity. So the heat released as a result of black liquid combustion, it is recovered as high pressure and you can say temperature, superheated steam in the recovery boilers. That's why we call this unit as recovery boiler. The efficiency is converting the fuel value in Kraft black liquid. It counts to almost 13,000 to 15,000 kilojoule per kg. Means if you burn almost 1 kg of this black liquor thing, then you get almost 13,000 to 15,000 kilojoule energy. You can say that we can convert this much steam. This is basically typically lower than that for fossil fuel combustion, because the heat used to evaporate the water entering with the black liquor. The heat of reaction is consumed in producing sodium sulfide, and the heat carried out with the molten smell. If you remember, we have discussed this thing before too, that this like black liquid, the leftover, it is used for the production of heat. You can say that steam, and the other thing it does is to reduce sodium, you can say that sulfides. So basically sodium sulfide is also produced using the heat of the reaction, and also the second reaction, that second thing is done is that the heat of combustion is used, the heat generated is used for the steam production. So these two processes are going on side by side. That's why we say that we don't compare it with the fossil fuel combustion process, because that is much higher efficient, that is much more efficient than this process. Anyways, coming back to this one, the amount of steam produced is typically about 3.5 kg. You can say that it can range depending upon the thermal efficiency of the recovery boiler. The high pressure steam is passed through a steam turbine to generate electricity, depending on the quality of the steam and the type of the turbine. When we say this thing, then we can say that the type of the turbine, it depends, but 1000 tons per day Kraft mill, it can generate 25 to 35 megavolt of energy by burning 15,000 ton per day black liquid dry solids in its recovery boiler. And we already know that there is a lot of dry black liquid solid material recovered are present in these type of paper mills. And then we say that basically black liquid is the fifth most important fluid in the world, next to coal, oil, natural gas and gasoline, because almost 50% of the raw material that is left over in this process. This is the reference file for this from which I have made this lecture, and then this basically this is a PDF file. I shall provide you this supplementary material in the classroom too.